We should be good. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday. Yes, today's Wednesday. So we're going to go out and feed the chickens. It's a beautiful day. Super, super busy all day. So Lisa's got another migraine, so she's been chilling out, not doing a whole lot. Current temperature is 60 degrees or 16 C. So show you the big, beautiful clouds. Looks like it's been wanting to storm most of the day. But other than that, it's just spectacular. Nice big, fluffy clouds. Beautiful, beautiful day. We're going to get all of everything accomplished that we need to accomplish today. Out here feeding everyone. Internet is unstable. So, internet should be re-stabled by now. Let's make sure of that. Trying to check to make sure we're running okay. Pretty sure we are. Sometimes it acts up. Yep, I can see that. Everything's going good. Sometimes. Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, so we got Sylvia, we got the ducks. We're gonna start off with Sylvia today because I know she is a hungry piggy. So let's head on over. Right, Miss Sylvia? Hungry piggy? Yeah, you hungry? Okay, let's get you some food. Muddy mess. Gonna have to really be addressing some of the muddy mess today. Well, not actually today, but this late spring, early summer. Gonna have to combat some of that because I'm not exactly happy with how some of the muddy mess is turning out. And I got some ideas on how to do some combat of that and make it so that when we have the mud seasons, we're not so much worried about slipping and sliding everywhere. We're addressing the issues in other ways. So okay, so I'm in here. We're gonna get some food for Sylvia because that's kind of the priority today. Number one priority is hungry Sylvia. We're gonna move backwards. Then we'll kind of go backwards from there and see how we can address everybody else and get everybody else up to par. So I've been working on, you guys might be wondering what I've been working on today. So I'm working on getting the server back up. So I'm working on getting my Minecraft server. And since I'm transferring some stuff over to a new server, I'm going to convert another computer to just run to Lisa's channel, the Maeve's Pharmacy channel. So I'm gonna have that set up, and plus I'm gonna be getting a new camera system set up. So I'm gonna be, well, at least the new camera. So I'm gonna be working on getting that in. We got a hungry piggy, right? Hungry piggy. So not her favorite, but it's what we got right now. I'll have to mix up something in a little bit. I just wanted to get her a snack in place. So, Sun Bear, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day here in Flat Top. So, yeah, silly ducks. Oh, silly ducks. So a beautiful, beautiful day here in Flat Top. So I'll let you peek up at the sky so you guys can see how beautiful it is. Lovely different color clouds with just green with blue and the green of the trees, and just waiting for spring to finally arrive so we get out of this winter slump that we're in. Because as much as I love winter, I hate March. So it's about time that we get over March and we focus on the warmer months and some other cool projects that I want to be working on, because I got lots of cool projects. We're going to be building 2 sheds this year. We're going to so we're going to be building 2 sheds this year. We're going to be working on a lot of stuff with the bees and rearranging some guys so things work out a little bit better. So it's kind of cool. I really like how my glow-in-the-dark glasses, when I come into a little bit darker area, how much they really glow. I think it's really cool. So, by the way, guys, these are just my cheap. If you guys don't know, if any of you guys wear glasses, there's some pretty awesome places online that you can get cheap glasses, especially if you're on a fixed income. So one of the things we're going to talk about tonight in the show, some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight in the show is we're going to focus a lot on building self, family, community, what we can do now, starting today, what you can do today, and then we'll expand that out to some of the some other stuff that we're going to talk about lots of silly stuff. We'll talk a little bit about farming. We'll see what other kind of interesting subject matters gets blended in. But again, anybody's welcome. Again, it's ! Discord. You can jump on tonight. We'll be talking a lot about that. Just kind of a focus on. The first focus is really going to be on some tricks to build self. So I'm going to be explaining to you guys what I've been doing in the last couple weeks, especially with having a really tough week, and then just a tough March in general. But last week was just extra tough for some of you that know a little bit of the story. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about stuff I was doing, stuff that you guys can be doing, stuff that, as the silliness of the world just keeps getting sillier and sillier, how you can strengthen yourself, all of this, because that's where we're at right now. It's time to, to get together and really, really make sure that all of us are doing the best we can to strengthen those around us and those that we love and those that we care about. So, but for now, we're just going to feed the bunnies. So my show's at roughly 9:30 for those that might be wondering. And since so many people really enjoyed the other day when we spent 4 hours cleaning out the bunnies, we're gonna do I'm gonna do some more longer shows like that. Sunbear, I'll be streaming on D Live as well, but you can get onto Discord and talk. That's kind of the purpose, is being able to get on the Discord and talk. But I'll be streaming on D Live. I'll probably also be streaming on Prohibited. So those that aren't on Prohibited, so I'll be streaming on there as well. Prohibited.tv. So it's a up and coming streaming site. So little bit of bunnies. These little guys. These are the ones that were born about 2 weeks ago. Ones that were little tiny peanuts. Now they're growing up fast. They grow up so fast. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing that. It'll be kind of excited, kind of cool. So I'll let you guys know. Like I said, about 9:30 or so is when our show will be. But like I said, since some of you guys really liked watching me work, I guess that's kind of the kick that you guys were getting out of watching me actually do work. And seeing what it's like to actually get your hands dirty and do stuff on the farm. I'm not really good like those YouTube video people of getting in and editing. And I mean, actually, I can get in there and edit. And I actually can do all that. I'll rephrase that. I'm actually too lazy to get in there and edit all that stuff for you guys and set it all up, because I would rather actually be doing physical work than getting in there and manipulating, you know, editing, which I used to like, but I got too much other stuff to do on the farm. So I'll just do some raw, we'll just do some following me around, raw videos on the farm, raw streams. You get to see what it's like. The mess and dirt and grime and all that, all the chaos, all the fun. So something to look forward to in the future. And I'll be explaining you why we're doing all the different things, because I think that's another important thing, is so you guys can get a little bit into my mind. You guys figure out why I'm doing X, why I'm doing Y. I know a couple people out there in internet land notice that I'm letting my hair grow a little bit longer. Part of the reason is I want to add a few more. I'm going to be, like, as you guys see this, I like the faux dreads just as much as, like, I like my faux dreads just as much as I like my regular dreads. So I've been letting my hair grow a little bit longer because I figured out I can actually add some faux dreads. I can actually dread this. I can get this up and I can add some faux dreads. So I'm probably going to add... I want to get up to having 15, because right now I think I have 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. I want to get up to about 15 or so. You always want to add a little at a time because it does get heavy. I'm going to do it just again. I like the asymmetry, so I'll just do it on one side, and then after I get that, I'll cut my hair real short out again. So that's why some of you might be wondering why that. And why did I shave? I was looking for a change. So not exactly happy, but it's good to shave every once in a while. Get a fresh start, get a good coming in. Not that it has anything to do with farming, it just has to, I know some of you like to know what's going on in my mind, so. It's kind of the lowdown. Oh, by the way, for those that, I just wanted to say thanks to all you guys that use my Smile, my Smile thing on Amazon. So it's what it is. If you type in Smile before Amazon, you can use a part of your purchase goes towards a nonprofit. So some of you have to be using my Smile on Amazon, because the nonprofit got about $120 check from Amazon the other day, and it was really nice, really, really helpful. It's with the nonprofit and the way we do things with setting up programs and being able to do outreach programs. It was really, really, really helpful. So again, for those of you that use that program, cool. For those that don't know about it, you can just check out smile.amazon.com. If you use Amazon, it's a great way to give back to your local nonprofit. If you don't have a nonprofit to give to, in the description below, you can give to mine if you so choose. And if you don't use Amazon and you've got some other cool things, that's awesome too. I think, well, this is definitely a dread. Everything about this is a dread. Locks are normally just curled hair, and aren't just matted, like, you know, crazy matted, like, you know, this is just a crazy matted, you know, thick clump of felted hair. So that's a dread. And then these are faux dreads, because I just, you know, they're not really my hair, they're just intertwined with my hair. Oh, you guys want to hear some weird shit that I do? Just because some of you will get it. So I did take a little clipping of Mytherin's hair. So Mytherin was my dog that passed away a couple days ago. In his last couple days, I took a little clipping of his hair and I intertwined it into a couple of my dreads. So why? Because I wanted to, and I think it's really cool. So I don't think I had mentioned that in the story before. So more interesting weirdness about myself and why I do silly things. So I just need to collect a little bit more food so we can go out and get the bunnies outside and the bunnies in the other bunny barn. Got some bunny food. Let's head on out. So, man, last night I had banged my ankle really, really bad on a silly thing that I moved out of the way so I wouldn't trip on it, and then I tripped on it anyways. So I absolutely failed at the not tripping on it. And you know that part of your foot, like the side bone of your foot that sticks out? I nailed that really hard on something. And it just gives you that like crazy funny bone, like laughy, sick feeling. Man, it's been doing that. I've been feeling that all day. So from last night to now. So it's just silly. Silly. That's why, guys, when you move something out of the way, you should move it and put it in an appropriate spot so you don't trip over it on a regular basis. Don't just, think you moved it in a good spot and call it a day. Actually put it someplace that's out of your way. So. Yeah, Sunbear, it's March. I know that sounds really silly, but I'm okay with blaming March as being just a month that just crazy things happen. The weather is getting very nice. Non-fake news, absolutely. Very excited, very, very excited about this weather getting nice and some of the big projects that I get to work on. And as the weather gets nicer and we're getting closer and closer to me getting bees, and I'm just getting more and more excited to get in to have my bees. So. Yeah, Sunbear, September is probably the second month I hate the most, but it is definitely not as bad. It's definitely not as bad as March. March is my number one dreaded month, and September usually is second. What's crazy is I love spring, winter, summer. I love spring, winter, and fall. Summer's my least favorite month, but my least favorite months fall into the transition months. It's just there's so much craziness happen in those months, but yeah, no, September, yeah, I get it. Hey, Sunbear, and this is actually to anybody out there that streams, so non-fake news, everybody. When you guys stream, you guys are welcome on my Discord. To in the general to have a little tag so we know when you're streaming, because I don't get notifications really on when people stream anymore. I don't know why. D-Live has just not been very good with that. And so I don't realize that a lot of you cool guys that I follow are streaming. So if you want to make it so that you push just a reminder onto my Discord, go right ahead. So that's to anybody out there that streams that's part of the Discord. Just because I just think more of us need to know, and plus sometimes I'd like to know. And any of you out there, even if you don't stream on DLive or you don't stream on anything like that, maybe you stream on Twitch or Prohibited or something like that, you guys can put those, you can push those things on there as well. So okay. Okay, let's go get some bunnies in the barn now. Oh, wait, I got one bunny in the handy run. Let's grab that bunny in the handy run. So, yeah, part of the reason we're building a new building this year is a small little building. We realized just how much with some of our plans of what we want to do. If we just had a little bit more room, a little bit more building space and things of that sort, it would make things a whole lot easier. Mm-hmm. And so, since we were lucky enough to, me and Lisa were lucky enough to get out of debt last year, and the government's been throwing a little bit of money, and I've been doing okay on crypto, on day trading. I thought we'd just transfer all of that wealth into things that make the farm better. So it's kind of what we're doing, and not sure, it's better to do it now because don't know what the future's going to entail. The other cool thing is I'm also making sure I have all the equipment. So if I needed to convert all of these into greenhouses or all of these buildings into buildings to be able to make food and such like that, that's part of the other goal of what we're doing, is making sure that all of our buildings can easily be converted. Like if we end up having a shortage of animals or something like that happens and we need to convert them over to grow food, all of our buildings, I also making sure I have all the supplies so that we can turn this and just hyper grow food. So that's the other reason why buildings are very... Water, food. One more thing of food for these guys from here. Let me go grab, I think actually Elise has a little bit of food in here for the bunnies. Another thing I'm excited about, with the weather getting better, it won't be long before we'll be moving all of these cages out, and everybody will get to do some free ranging. Well, controlled free ranging, I should say. And then we'll be able to, they'll be able to start mowing for us and moving around the grass and doing more what they should be doing. Okay, so all the bunnies are fed now, so now we're going to go feeding the chickens. Our nice chicken meal, our chicken mix. So I think I've said this many times, but we mix our own chicken feed here. So I do buy a handful of stuff. And then, because I don't necessarily like the pre-mixed stuff as well, so I actually integrate a lot more seeds into our food. So I found that actually makes a lot better diet, a lot healthier diet, because chickens are naturally going to eat a lot more seeds. And then we also make sure, all the cages have the ability to grow mealworms. I know that sounds gross to a lot of you, but they all have the ability to grow mealworms. And then the chickens will find these mealworm patches that they grow, and they'll farm mealworms themselves. And then they'll have mealworms that they can eat as well. So yeah, there's a lot of tricks from being a permaculturist that I've learned over the years. And so I try to utilize those when I have my chicken coops and when I raise my chickens, and we raise our bunnies and we raise everything else. We try to find that balance of working with nature instead of against it, and also offset some of the prices. We still haven't decided if we're going to be adding more to the chickens this year, or if we're happy with the flock that we have and we're going to let a few of the people retire. The thing about the retired hens is retired hens are really good at laying. I mean, not laying, but at raising young, so we don't need to spend the cost of buying an incubator or anything like that. We just focus on letting the retired hens, that their main focus now is, instead of doing egg production, they're raising young. And so sometimes it's good to find that gap, let them finish off their egg production before we put them into retirement. Because once they start regularly sitting on eggs, their egg production will naturally go down anyways. So if you kind of just trick them into regularly sitting on eggs and that kind of stuff, then you've got good reliable layers, you've got good reliable incubators. So we might just naturally let that progress, and then next year really do a hyper focus on, reintegrating back in the types of chickens that we want to have on the farm. So. So one of the things that happened here on the farm is we got, the first couple years, we got really bad at chicken math. So those that start raising chickens will understand chicken math. So chicken math is saying things that you're only going to have 1 or 2 chickens, and then by the end of the year, you end up having 50 or 60 chickens, and you don't know where they came from. You just kind of did chicken math. kind of like what's happening right now with bunny math. So we only meant to have a couple bunnies, and then because they've been breeding with other bunnies that's been around and our bunnies, it's just crazy. But that's okay. Who doesn't like bunnies? So it's just something really cool. Well, I mean, it's not really cool. It's just what happens here. But the good thing is we've got a couple guys that are doing really well laying exactly where we put this up. So I'll show you guys one of my little tricks. It's not the prettiest, but if you guys look there, that's just an old bookshelf turned sideways. And all I did is put a board right there and then just put some extra plastic bags up top. Part of the plastic bags is stuff standing on the side. It doesn't poop in there like so. And it does a great job to build a very inexpensive nesting box for everyone. So now I have to go up because I've got these couple cages up here that I got to get to. So let me get the ladder. I'm going to climb up there. So that's hopefully something we're going to address and fix for next year is these 3 cages that you guys see right up there. Those 3 cages right there, those actually do an elevation change. And while it's really nice to have up there, I actually would rather use that for hay storage in the future. So as we redevelop our families, our chicken families that are staying in here, figure out who's coming, who's going, as some of the older guys, some of the retired guys pass on, and as we start building new families and maybe consolidating some families so that they actually have a stronger family structure, we'll hopefully be able to integrate some of these out into other things. So, but again, we've actually used to have this barn completely packed during the winter months, and we've learned a lot of cool tricks on how to properly stack them and such like that. You guys see some of them are sticking out because we, had to play some crazy games of stack and pack. So after I get these guys fed, that was weird, Gimbal. I must have just been... So one of the things I have noticed with my gimbal is if you touch the back just a little too much, it kind of dorks out a little bit, so that must have been what was happening. See those 2 guys left? And then we'll go get water. I got 2 chickens left, and then we'll get some water. We got 2 chickens, 1 chicken in the bunny barn, and we have a duck in the handy run. You might be wondering why that is. So the 1 chicken has not been feeling well. So when we notice our chickens aren't feeling well, we isolate them and we put them someplace so they're not stressed out. And so putting them in the bunny barn is a good way to not stress them out, because they won't get harassed and they won't get, other chickens won't come over and bother them. And then Ducky, our 1 handicap duck, he's just been acting. We'll address that as well. Okay, let's get this guy. Throw some food. One of the other things that was going to be excited about building the new building that we're going to be building, which I decided I'm going to do it in an L shape. I'm actually going to try to build it out. I'm actually going to spend some time trying to build it in Minecraft first, just so I can see if I really like it. If I like the layout. So let me tell you guys, this is going to sound silly, but like for someone like me, who's a lot more visual person, you can build it in Minecraft, or you can build it in Minecraft VR, and then you can walk through it and you can get kind of a good idea of how the setup is, how the layout, make sure it's what you want it to do. What I also do is try to figure out, like, I got a rough idea what size of the blocks are, and since most everything I build is square anyways, I can kind of set those up and see if I visually like the layout, and that works really, really well for me. So just something for some of you out there that you might consider if you're looking at that kind of stuff. I used to build stuff with Legos. And such like that, but with VR and now with Minecraft, and now with VR and such like that, it really, really helps me out and gives me kind of a more visual type of idea, and I can feel what it's like. So it's cool using the technology. One of my favorite things is being able to utilize technology to make my life easier, better, funner, and also make sure the animals' lives is being enhanced as well. So, and those are just tools that aren't actually made for farming at all. They're just ways to utilize tools that we have sitting around, things that are cheap or free or stuff like that, and making it so that you can do cool things with it. See, super babies are getting pretty big already. Because, why wouldn't have baby bunnies everywhere? So cute little calico baby bunny. Okay, let's go to the water now. Ridiculous mud puddles everywhere in my yard. Guys, stop fighting. Hold on. Hey, we got unstuck. Well, I need to fix that real fast, guys. They found... Now I figure out why my cord keeps getting unplugged. The chickens have decided that they want to unplug it. Because we have I'll show you sometimes, especially in this, you have ducks do a battle royale battle. Kind of like a wrestling match. They hit each other with wings. They try to back each other into a corner. And really not sure who won that one. They don't normally kill each other. Well, actually, I've never seen them kill each other. I've never seen anything. I've never actually seen them, besides like a little blood or anything like that. It's just pretty much a show of dominance until one of them backs down. And then you've got, I don't know if you can see this, but there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 boys just watching this battle unfold. You got those 2 guys just sitting there staring, watching them. Not jumping in, just sitting watching. They're getting tired. That one guy was getting tired, so. Okay. So we got some water in here. Let's get the water in here first before I go out and grab some more. And we'll address the water situation with this water jug right here. Make sure everybody's got some water. So somebody asked the other day about roughly how much water do we go through and give these guys a day. I would say all the chickens and all the ducks, we probably go through about 15 gallons of water a day. And some of the angles, just because of what we have to do, I can't always get the best angles, so. Let's go get Ducky and the couple of the bunnies some water as well. And it got really bright. I don't know if you guys can see how bright the sun is, but coming from inside out, it definitely, the sun is. I'll peek up at the clouds in just a minute to show you guys something how cool the clouds are. So let's peek up here so we can see how awesome the clouds look. Nice. Zipping past clouds. Very, very pretty. Just a great, beautiful day. Lovely. Let's get these guys a little bit more water in here. And I think we'll be good with food and water till this evening. And then we'll come back and I'll readdress the food and water. I'll readdress the water issue. So some of you might be wondering, why do I feed during the middle of the afternoon? Because most people feed early in the morning. So as we joke around, we teach our chickens to be second shift chickens. So we just have a constant time. We found that mid-afternoon is the very best time for us with our chores, with what we do, with our normal everyday life. This seems to be the best time to feed everyone. And as long as you're consistent and you keep feeding your animals on a regular basis, and you have the time period that they look forward to, and you notice that they're not running out of food, then you're just doing it right. Now some days if we have a whole lot of chores going on, we might actually end up feeding them earlier. But then usually if we do that, then we have to come back at the end of the day, or we have to address something like that and address the water situation. Because we kind of have that balanced out really well. Now Sylvia, on the other hand, she gets fed twice a day. So we feed her once in the morning and then once in the late afternoon, like about feeding time now. And that way that seems to make her, she needs 2 times. She needs 2 meals a day is what we see works best for her. I mean, I guess if you're 600 pounds, you'd probably want to eat twice a day too. So, ooh, someone's barbecuing. It smells really good. The air smells really nice. They must have a nice cedar barbecue burning. Very lovely, very lovely. Starting to get that late winter, early spring feel to it. So, not quite there yet, but we're really close, which I'm pretty happy about. So, let's go say hi to Sylvia. Since some of you didn't get to see Sylvia when we were out and about at first. So, right, Miss Sylvia? Yep. Get you some more hay in here, because you're kind of flooding. So. Well, guys, I got a handful of other things I need to be working on. I got to get my other computer fixed up. I've got to get some stuff and make some noise, which makes it a lot harder for me to videotape when loud, obnoxious noise gets played. So I think I'm going to leave you with checking out some of the flowers, and then stay tuned for this evening. You guys can jump on and join us this evening. But here's the lovely crocuses. So we've got our purple crocus going strong right there. We've got the white crocuses, just looking beautiful and lovely. In this late March, they're about perfect timing. They're doing about the time that they normally do. And then what I'm all super excited about, it is daffodil season. So we have the first little bit of daffodils popping out. These are my micro daffodils. These are little tiny guys. So if you guys see them to scale with my hands, you guys can see how absolutely small and tiny these guys are. And then these guys are a little early over here, but these are the first daffodils of full-size daffodils of the year. So this is one of my daffodil patches. So you guys can see I've been working on that for the last 15 years. Bringing in, planting daffodils, making this a really nice daffodil garden. And I do want to show you one other cool spring flower. And I unfortunately don't remember what it's called, but either way, it's still really cool. And they do really well, even with heavy snow. I found some briar bushes. Let me disconnect that from my back. And we have these guys right here. So these kind of really interesting, cool flowers. They almost look fake. So they're just really cool. And we marked this around them so we can always remember where these guys are at. So just really pretty, cool, interesting flowers. And then my house. So thanks everybody for joining me today. So again, this evening at about 8:30 or so, I'll be working on we'll be doing our nightly show with me and anybody else that wants to join. If you want to join in and have conversation with us, it's !Discord. You can jump on the Discord, jump in, chit chat. You can voice chat, you can video chat, whatever is best. Tonight we're going to mostly be talking about Focusing on self, building self. I'll give you some tips that I use to build a better version of me. And then how to relate that to build a better family, a strong family-friend bond, and then taking that and extrapolating that into community and how you can be fit to serve and how you can give back to your community and how you can do some awesome stuff and how right now is the time to really be strengthening all three of those so that we can start building strong community reliance and just be the best version of yourself that we can. Anyways, friends, it's the Baron Doc Justin, whatever you guys like to call me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see you later tonight. And until later, adios.